The technical group, there was seven minutes remaining. Seven minutes remaining. I'll be calling the Minister at 9:45. So, Deputy O'Sullivan and
the first point
your colleagues.
I'm sharing with Deputy Donnelly and Deputy Healy-Rae, if he allows it.
Yes, yeah.
The first point I want to make is the unfairness of the cutting the time that we have had. We'll try and share it as fairly as we can. But it is very unfair. We were allocated a certain time and we're being deprived of that time now. Yep. So that's the first point I would like to make. You know, when we look at the budgets, I think it's in the reactions that we see the fairness or otherwise. And I was trying to imagine a budget that one time it will come out and the people who will welcome it will be those on the low and the middle incomes. That it would be welcomed by those people who have worked all their lives and have paid their taxes and reared their families and have given great service in their communities, that they will welcome it and not be outside protesting as they were last week. That it will be welcomed by those with disabilities, mental and physical, and it will be welcomed by young people. But we saw the reaction to this budget, so we see the essential unfairness of it. The various pre-budget submissions that were made, you met a lot of the groups. So I would look at Vincent de Paul Society, I'd look at Focus Ireland, Simon Community, Social Justice Ireland, because they are the ones who are most directly involved with the people, who always tend to be affected most by the budgets. And when I look at the Vincent de Paul one and their reaction, I look at the correlation between what they said beforehand and what they said after it, there are glaring, discrepancies. And just one small one was about the back-to-school clothing and footwear one, which is now gone for those in full-time education at third level. Fine when there was a time when there were jobs for people at third level, but they're gone anymore. The one-parent family tax credit, it's going to bring families now financially independent into depending on the likes of the Vincent de Paul and further increasing the demands on their services. The one relation to young people, I think there's going to be major problems with that, because when that is cut, some of those people are parents. Some of them live with their children, some of them live apart from their children. They may have been in private rented accommodation, they're now going to be back with families, putting extra burden on those. We know there's a major housing crisis in Dublin Central, so I just don't know where all these people are going to live. For those who don't have a place to live, it's going to drive them into homelessness, and we know the demands on those services already. Those who go into emergency hostel accommodation will find it difficult to access training and education. The hostels charge €50 to €75 a week. What is going to be left then for people? So we're going to see an increase in the numbers begging on our streets. I met the Centre for Independent Living immediately after the budget. They had really, really grave concerns about the effects on those and the fear that they have of more cuts coming. And finally, if we could pay for all these things, and it could be a really fair budget, if we could collect all the corporate tax, if we could even increase it slightly, and if we brought in a financial transaction tax, a lot of things could be paid for.
Cool.